Hi everyone, Sophia here. Today we are highlighting an exciting partnership between Numbers Protocol and Instill AI. We will be discussing generative AI at length and going over the role Numbers and Instill plays in the increasingly relevant space. So here we have Instill CEO Ping Lin, as well as Numbers developer and community manager, our Ethan. Welcome Ping Lin and Ethan.
Thank you
Hello,
so
thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining, and we have a lot to cover today. So how about we start off with a round of introductions? Pingling, can you maybe introduce yourself and also Instill AI?
Yeah, sure thing. My name is Ping Lin, originally from Taiwan and now based in London. I am a serial entrepreneur, and Instill AI is actually my second startup now. And my first startup, well, back to 2014, was about to use computer vision for video security automation. So roughly speaking, I've been working on this kind of AI-related startup for almost 10 years. Yeah, and about my professional background, I graduated from Imperial College London with a robotic vision degree, and I love to build real products that can solve real-world problems. So that's why I now pretty much I convinced my startup journey to move those academia algorithms to become a real product, in the AI and data fields.
Impressive experience. I didn't know that actually. So
Really?
thanks, Pingling. Great to have you with us. So how about Ethan?
Hey guys, I'm Ethan. I'm a developer with Numbers Protocol, and I've been with Numbers for about, I think, 3-4 years now. I work on products such as Capture Cam, Capture Dashboard, and Numbers Search Engine. I also involved with developer relations, so I help to create developer resources such as written articles, video tutorials, all those stuff, so that those interested in building with Numbers can get up running as soon as possible.
Awesome. So super happy to have you with us today. So let's dive straight in. Pingling, can you give our listeners a brief overview of what Instill AI is and what it offers to the industry?
Sure, happy to. Right. So Instill AI is on a mission to make AI more accessible for everyone, for all sort of different industrial sectors. And basically, we are building an AI infrastructure now, which we call it unstructured data ETL. So in my humble opinion, one of the reasons for the AI technology being so inaccessible nowadays and still quite expensive to adopt is because of missing relevant tooling, making almost all working AI first application or products requiring an organization to build an AI team and also the exclusive AI solution in-house. And if we take the existing data industry as an example, tools for data injection or ETL, such as like DBT, Fivetran, or Airbyte, have made data washing or so-called data wrangling, or another name is data massage, much easier. But that kind of tools are still mainly for structured data, and that basically says that we need a data infrastructure tool, particularly for unstructured data, and to process unstructured data, we need AI. And just trying to be more specific, we need deep learning and the kind of machine learning, data-driven algorithms to help check the chaotic underneath binary data pattern to make computers understand the content of the image, video, or audio, as those data are the so-called unstructured. In short, Instill AI is focused on making such unstructured data tuning to help all industry sectors AI empowered so they can harness their unstructured data more efficiently and effectively. Yeah, so that's basically what we are working on and doing at the moment.
Super cool. So in simple terms, Instill offers accessible AI solutions. So since Instill is involved in AI, what made you guys want to team up with Numbers Protocol?
Right. So basically, the reason is that there's a big issue about the current AI practice. So basically, no matter whether the AI we're talking about is for generative AI or deterministic AI, the issue is that we don't have an effective way for data permanence. Why is data permanence a huge concern in AI? Well, so on one hand, from the point of view of the very beginning of AI model training phase, we need to know whether the training data is legit to use, or the content is actually trustworthy. Yeah, and on the other hand, from the AI output point of view, as an AI user, we definitely also want to know how this AI result was generated in detail, right? I believe both me and you or whoever that who use the AI, they would like to know the source of this kind of result. And for example, who produced the AI result exactly? What AI models were used for generating the AI result? What data was used for training the used AI models? So for all of this kind of data involved in the AI practice, in training a model or having a model to infer the result, will require data permanence so that we can trust the overall process in the end. And this leads to the reason why we team up with numbers protocol. We think that blockchain can be an ideal solution for data permanence in AI. Its decentralization and immutability design can help the current AI practice onboard the feature of data permanence at scale. So we don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel. We can actually just adopt what we already have on in Web3, basically the blockchain infrastructure, so that we can figure out a way to bring that infrastructure, Web3 infrastructure, into the AI practice, so that the data permanence should be there out of box once we bring this solution in.
Ethan, care to comment?
Yeah, sure. So I think just building off of what Ping Ling was talking about, I think generative AI has been around, but I think in the earlier stages, the technology wasn't mature enough to grab the attention of the people. But like many things, technology operates on trends, and I think for this recent AI trend, ChatGPT's mainstream adoption really kicked off a huge wave of new AI applications. So I mean, as you can see, like in a span of a year, we've had generative AI that creates human-like text. We have them creating images, music, videos, and so much more. I think the public was quite surprised with the advancements and excited with the possibilities. But at the same time, I think as building off what Ping Ling says, there are also concerns around the traceability of AI assets, specifically the obscurity surrounding the origins of AI-generated content and the training data used. I think the blurring boundary between human and AI creations creates kind of a need for traceable assets with full provenance, which happens to be what we do, what Numbers Protocol does. So the fit between generative AI and Numbers Protocol just makes sense.
Yeah, just makes sense. So do you think you can expand a bit on what Numbers Protocol does to create traceable assets for the listeners who aren't familiar with what we are doing?
Yeah, sure, of course. So Numbers Protocol is a digital media library and indexing system that provides a more transparent outlook on digital media. So starting with something we call the Numbers ID, every piece of digital media registered with Numbers Protocol is indexed with a unique identifier that can be called upon to access digital media files and records. What's interesting is these records are created through our Git-inspired commit system that commits asset history, like who the creator is, what the license is, edits, and in the case of AI-generated content, which models are used. These things are all stored on-chain to create traceable and verifiable histories.
Nice. Thanks for breaking it down for us, Ethan. Ping Ling, how does integrating Numbers Protocol blockchain technology enhance Instill AI's AI-driven applications?
Right. As I mentioned earlier, so Instill AI, we are building the sort of backbone for all AI-first applications and products. And just to be more precise, we are basically the main maintainer behind the open source project called Instill VDP. And VDP here stands for Versatile Data Pipeline. And basically, it's a very flexible and easy to use AI pipeline builder in which the user can connect with many different data sources and destinations together with various AI vendors and models to process their unstructured data. Given such a flexible pipeline infrastructure, we can therefore seamlessly introduce the blockchain features as yet another connector for VDP. So in practice, to collaborate to bring in this Web3 blockchain provided by Numbers Protocol, we simply integrate with Numbers API to commit the output from the generative AI pipeline. So at the end of the day, any VDP user can enable the blockchain data permanence features in their AI pipeline by setting up the blockchain connector, and the Web3 commit record should be there for the generative AI result out of the box. And I personally think that the design of how Numbers Protocol used for data traceability and data permanence is quite a good practice, because as a developer, in the software industry, we don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel for this kind of for this kind of Git commit principle, right? What we want to have is the similar practice that we can bring into this kind of AI generation process as how we developer code. So we can basically just commit and have this commit history to trace back all the way back to the very origin of a certain data and the AI result. So I think it's quite ideal to just bring in Numbers Protocol solution as a connector for VDP. So we can just simply have that solution working with any AI pipeline, any AI backbone out of box.
That's a cool viewpoint. So it seems like tech today is all about create now and fix problem later. So I bet the folks, and especially those directly affected, like the developers and also people in the AI industry. So appreciate Instill's approach to making generative AI that's traceable. And Ethan, you've played around with Instill setup, haven't you? So how do you feel the combination of Instill BDP and numbers protocol tech tackles concerns over AI content security and its origin?
Yeah, so I've had some time with it, and it's pretty cool. So just for context, just building off of what Pingling shared, Instill builds the numbers protocol on-chain record creation directly into the AI workflow. So for example, this means that I can input a text-based prompt into a stable diffusion model, and instead of just generating the image, Instill's workflow will also do the registration to numbers protocol and create a commit with information identifying as AI generated content as well as the model used to generate it. So I think with this type of flow, we no longer need to, spend a long time, debating whether or not something is human or AI generated. We can just reference the on-chain records.
That's cool. Pingling, anything else you want to add it?
But just so the audience know that besides Instill BDP, we have another open source project called Instill Model. While Instill BDP is for connecting data source and destination with model inference intermediately, Instill Model is in charge of ML up cycle to make sure the AI model isn't stale. So its encoded knowledge for processing a specific unstructured data domain is still relevant. So in the future, we plan to also make the training data set traceable to build the mechanisms helping content contributors tracing whether their work has been used in training for a large language model or diffusion models. This is on our roadmap next year. Just
wow, lots of things to do. So I think that's all the overview and also introduction of the collaboration. So let's shift to the discussion over to the developer side of it. So how do you think this collaboration amplified the experience of developers looking to leverage AI and blockchain technologies? Pingling?
Right. I think given the local interface of Instill BDP, the developers can easily integrate the AI pipeline and blockchain solution to their existing tech stack by simply calling the API, or both the API provided by Instill BDP and the numbers protocol. So if you like, you can also use the no-code console pipeline builders to drag and drop pipeline components and make the component connections layer. So basically everything is API first design, and you can extend you can just make your application current application AI empowered right away by just integrating with the BDP API. And we are also working on Python and TypeScript SDK to further assist developers to onboard Instill BDP much easier. So and also there's another is a CLI tool that will be rolled soon, probably in this week or two, in this week or next, to facilitate the developer to manage their resources in Instill BDP and models in the command line environment. So just so you know that we actually pour a lot of resources to try to improve and enhance the developer experience so that they can have their they can use their most familiar approach and ways to build the pipeline and manage the pipeline resources.
Unfortunately, I'm not a developer, so I think Ethan as a developer, so you probably will be more excited than me. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I think generally speaking, again, just building off of what Pingling mentioned earlier in the interview, I think as developers, we like to have options available to us. And I think as kind of like he broke down, Instill has many options. And if there's an option to leverage a solution or service without having to create it from scratch, that would always be preferable, as it reduces the amount of time that we need to implement and test new functions. So I think Instill's integration with numbers protocol is also like customizable. So in the event that we don't want on-chain record creation, I can choose whether or not I want it or not. And also mentioned many times the drag and drop interface, the low-code solution makes it super easy to easily create any AI solutions with blockchain records, and can just get it up running very easily.
Exciting. So yeah, it definitely feels like a great tool for developers. So my next question is for Pingling. So what message would you like to convey to the developers and users and enthusiasts who are excited about the synergies between AI and blockchain as showcased by this collaboration?
Yeah, I think I would like to send a reminder that I think we're still on the way toward a perfect user journey in this marriage between AI and Web3. I would say there are still many features missing, in this current solution for Instill BDP plus numbers protocol. If we take the whole generative AI practice and process into account, for example, it's unlikely the generative AI result will come from a single prompt trial, right? If you are a content creator or marketer who use the large language model, usually as a user you will iterate several times for trial and error until you have gotten a satisfactory result, right? So at the moment, the current kind of POC, the product we have with numbers more like a single prompt blockchain commit features. Yeah, so the user can have their generative AI result on blockchain. And I think there's still much room to improve in terms of this. And we all know the perfection of UI UX is never fully attained, right? But anyhow, for this project, working with number is a very good start. That we have this proof of concept that AI and blockchain can indeed work together. Yeah, and from now on, we'll just simply rapidly iterate the features to make sure a wonderful user experience will be there. So the developers and the user would love to adopt such a tool so that together we can help improve the AI data permanence and to solve these huge issues in both AI and data industry.
Yeah, I think we are the initiator, so there is still a long way to go to make it more.
This is just beginning.
Yeah, awesome. So before we wrap up, why don't each of you just give a quick shout out on how folks can jump in, help out, or get the most out of what Numbers Protocol and Instill AI are putting together?
Sure. Yeah, I guess I'll start. So
yeah.
I guess if you're interested in trying out Numbers Protocol's integration with Instill, we have written and video tutorials that work through the entire process. So if you're interested in that, definitely take a look at that and check it out for yourself. Those who want to learn more about numbers can just go ahead and check our GitHub official documentation and website. Monthly, we have dev calls that developers and anyone interested can tune in and see what we're working on. Moving forward, we'll definitely be creating more developer resources, so keep an eye out on Medium and YouTube and just any of our other channels. And if you have any questions, just drop an inquiry on GitHub, Discord, or any of our other community channels. I think we're all pretty good. We do a pretty good job I like to think we do a pretty good job at addressing any issues in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So how about Ling?
Well, I just want to share with the audience that at the moment we are working on our new product website and also the documentation together with a more smooth community contributor flow at the moment. Yeah, so I think it should be settled down in a few weeks from now. And if you are interested in our open source project, you'll be more than welcome to join our Discord. And also please check out our GitHub repositories. And last but not least, if you want to give VDP a quick try, we actually have an Instill Call, which is a fully managed service for both Instill VDP and Instill model. It's currently in open alpha, so basically all features is free on the platform. I'd love to learn your feedback and feature requests, if any. Just let me know.
Yeah, okay. So let's conclude our interview. So once again, thanks for our guests for providing their insights. And I think this collaboration represents the perfect marriage between AI and blockchain. And we will host our monthly dev call with the Instill team to share insights on how to use the new feature on September 14th. So if you are free at the time, please stay tuned and to get into the dev call to learn more. And additionally, we have more workshops and conferences planned to dig deeper and updated the developers on the solutions in the upcoming months. So stay tuned and follow us on our social media and to get more latest and newest technologies from Numbers Protocol and Instill AI. Thank you. Oh,